So I'm in my dad's garage and I'm about to start marking out how I'm going to start building the background panels for the Honest Tommy vlog. I've got a box full of assorted gubbins that I've appropriated from various sources. A lot of this is actually from work, and obviously food packaging containers, the usual plastic gubbin source really. It's a nice tasty box full of things, and here are the panels, the blue ones. They are from some old blue screen, and I've just realised how chuffing big they are. Yes, that's a lot of work, and that's going to be interesting trying to figure out where I can actually set that up to work on it. Bits of wood, lovely bits of polystyrene, lovely. But these are the flats, they're basically hardboard with some baton framing, pretty simple. We'll just do stage clips on the back, you know, hinges split in half to put pins through to hold them together, so they should be easy to transport and assemble wherever we choose to do the vlog, whichever studio we end up in. I'll move one of the panels up onto a little workmate so I can have a look at marking it out. There's going to be two of these, and that's approximately the height they'll stand at off the floor, because two people are going to sit in front of them, probably me and Tom, the menagerie. I've gone for this panel because the other one had a little false widow spider hanging out. The one thing about having things like this lying around in the garage is that spiders love it, and I'm not a huge spider fan, but perfectly harmless black widow, false widow, sorry, that looks like a black widow, stings like a bee, but apart from that they're harmless, and I didn't want to deal with it, so I went for this panel instead. I'm going to try and think of a nice way to bridge the join, so I might design some pieces that will fit across the join, and then I'll just stick some Velcro tabs on either side, so on this side of the panel and this side of the panel, and then just stick it on when we assemble it. Maybe design a piece that overlaps just to hide the join a bit. I've just done some sketching, really rough. I've used some wood for straight edges here and there. Just a vertical piece where I'm going to have some hopefully beveled on one side and flat on the other batten, and inside I'm going to put these pieces running vertically, which are actually packaging for air breather masks. I'm going to run these vertically, box them in so you can't really notice the edges too much, paint them up and do some paint effect. On this I'm going to put in a box. I'm going to box this out, not too deep, and fill it with various gubbins to look like junction boxes. These happen to be ampule holders, again from medical supply. This is a really nice looking piece. It's got a really nice cross moulded into the bottom of this circle and stuff like that, which is really nice. But as with a lot of great packaging that looks brilliant, the edges are really hard with this to glue. I mean, if you use hot glue, it would just melt. Super glue, there's not a lot for it to key to because it's a really thin edge. So I don't really want to trust this on its own, even though this is a quick bash set. I don't really want to trust it on its edge, so I'm going to put this inside a boxed piece. Again, it's only really going to be the sides of the box are going to be really short. Got some other bits to fill in the blank spaces, which I'll do as I go. I've also picked up some tray lining, like a non-slip surface, looks a bit like a miniaturized bubble wrap, just covered in lots of tiny circles, so I'll use that to fill in some of these pieces. I was also thinking about doing a tongue and groove effect to keep the sort of steamship look. I'm going to make some kind of vent. This will sit across the join between the two panels and will Velcro on and off, or some other temporary fixture on and off. So I'll have this piece permanent so it can join to a pipe that's going to run between that box and the electrical gubbins box. I've labelled that electrical gubbins just as a vague reminder. Here I'm going to make fun out of the fact there's a big join down the middle by creating a crack in the side of the hull, but this crack would be quite a fun thing to do, so I'll cut that into the hardboard and make a big show of it, and do the same on the other one. The false widow has been safely extricated from the back of this panel, so I'm just going to mark out the next lot. So time to put on some music and have a bit of a think about what I want to do on this side. Dark Lord Funk, totally my jam. It's really helpful to have really nice music playing. I was listening to Dark Lord Funk for the last bit, 4 minutes worth, I think. That really helped me through. So here is going to be the Velcro panel for the vent. Here's more of that split, a crack in the hull. I might put a panel in there, or some more electrical gubbins. Might do another one there. This is where I want to have a bookshelf. Might put a pipe in here, piece of drainage pipe, paint it up to look like it's, you know, all manky and dripping and stuff. And then the rest, I think I'm just going to texture, really, because I don't want to go overboard with chucking loads on it, because apart from the work, it's also just too much to look at. So I'm going to, over time, make some books which are character appropriate and chuck them on, potion bottles, that kind of thing from Runspool. Weird little alien critter, that's just a vague drawing. And some hooks so I can hang some things. It's just occurred to me I do need a fire extinguisher in somewhere. Maybe there. I'll see when I've got the pipe and stuff in. I'm thinking we might add to this as we go with vlogs. I might mark this out better with, might lay them down together, mark them out better with Sharpie or something like that, and then photograph it so I've got my reference, and then start painting, adding pieces, and then we can start vlogging, because we need to make a frame for this to stand on as well. Start vlogging with it, see how we go.